The void of space was supposed to be quiet, but on this day, it roared. Bright flashes streaked the blackness, ships the size of small cities maneuvering through the stars like dancers locked in combat. Energy bolts lit up the dark expanse, chasing and colliding in destructive waves that rippled outward for light years. Amidst the chaos, the star carrier Icarus emerged from hyperspace, its hull glowing red as if it had just burst out of a furnace. Commander Rhea Voss braced herself against the control console as the ship groaned in protest. She squinted at the crackling holographic display before her, its blue light illuminating the sharp angles of her face. Status report. I want to know what the hell we just jumped into. Lieutenant Arlen Cade swiveled his chair, struggling to maintain composure as he tapped away at the flickering interface. He was young, maybe too young for the responsibility of second-in-command on humanity's most advanced starship, but he'd proven himself time and again under Rhea's watch. Ma'am, it's not a skirmish. It's a battle, Cade said, voice tight. At least 100 vessels. No transmissions, no ID signatures, hell, no sense. Just fighting. Rhea's mouth thinned as she leaned closer to the tactical display. From their vantage point, the chaos resembled a swarm of angry insects lit from within. Fighters zipped between massive dreadnoughts, their contrails weaving brilliant lines through the void. Ships detonated like dying stars, explosions rippling across shields and flinging wreckage outward. She noticed something peculiar: the warring ships didn't look like anything humanity had encountered. Not Earth ships. Not even the alien Arkan vessels from the last Galactic War. Get us a safe distance. Full thrusters. I want answers now. Before Cade could comply, a massive explosion to their port side sent the Icarus shuddering. Sparks shot from the ceiling as Rhea grabbed the rail to steady herself. Proximity alert, cried Ensign Lara, a technician who rarely raised her voice, which made Rhea worry even more. What's incoming? Rhea barked. The image on the main screen zoomed in on the source of the explosion. A hulking alien ship, at least twice the size of the Icarus, barreled through the debris field, its sleek black surface refracting light like liquid metal. Blue thruster plumes cut hard as the vessel turned its pointed bow directly toward them. Even without knowing its purpose or origin, the ship radiated a simple, undeniable message: threat. Cade's face went pale. They've locked weapons. Shields are coming up, but... Before he could finish, the alien ship unleashed its fury. A beam of crackling green energy lanced through the void, connecting with the Icarus' forward shields. The ship lurched, metal groaning as if alive. Warning klaxons wailed. Rhea gripped the console so hard her knuckles turned white. Return fire. Rhea shouted over the din. Weapons online, targeting, now. Cade confirmed, slamming his palm against a holographic switch. Twin beams of blue plasma fired back, punching into the alien ship's shields. The beams dispersed into a shimmering cascade of light, as though the energy had simply been swallowed. That's impossible, Cade breathed. They didn't even flinch. Rhea spun around, frustration burning in her gut. They're not here to negotiate, so we're done playing fair. Lara, prime the hypercore for a jump. Cade, plot us a way out of this mess. If we can't win, we sure as hell aren't dying here. Hypercore is offline, Lara said, horror creeping into her voice. The hit damaged the stabilization grid. Cade cursed under his breath, punching in commands with renewed desperation. The alien ship loomed larger on the view screen, its monstrous bow glowing as it prepared another shot. They're charging again. Cade yelled. We won't survive another direct hit. Rhea's mind raced. The truth she'd been avoiding slammed into her like a hammer: the Icarus was outmatched. This wasn't a ship designed for combat, it was a flagship for exploration and diplomacy. They'd survived the Arkan War by a hair's breadth only to be blindsided now. Her crew, her mission, all of it, gone if she didn't act fast. For a second, the weight of failure threatened to pull her under. Then something clicked. Evasive maneuvers. Set a collision course for that wreckage field, I want us hidden in there. Right now. Cade hesitated, as though he couldn't believe what he was hearing. That's suicide. If we lose shields, one hit from that debris and we're toast. Better toast than vapor, Rhea shot back. Cade's hands moved almost before she finished. Course set. Hold on. The Icarus dove hard, thrusters flaring as the ship veered toward the debris field, a chaotic graveyard of shattered vessels and floating wreckage. Rhea held her breath as chunks of twisted metal streaked past the view screen, spinning like lethal pinwheels. The pursuing alien vessel loomed behind them, almost leisurely, its next shot humming with green energy. Then it fired. The beam narrowly missed, vaporizing a nearby piece of debris and scattering smaller fragments into a spray. The Icarus rolled hard, sliding through an impossibly tight gap between two larger chunks of wreckage. The ship's shields flared and crackled as minor impacts scraped across their perimeter. Shields at 40%. Lara called. Keep us steady, Rhea said, her voice icy calm despite the chaos. What's that bastard doing? Cade checked the tactical readout, eyebrows furrowing. They've slowed down, like they're scanning us. Waiting. That's not good. Rhea stared at the alien vessel, its massive silhouette visible through gaps in the debris field. She knew instinctively that it wasn't giving up, it was planning something worse. It's playing with us. Commander, Lara said, cutting in with an edge of panic. I'm detecting movement, lots of movement. Before Rhea could ask what she meant, a ripple passed through the debris field. Pieces of shattered ships shuddered as if disturbed by an invisible current. Then, from the darkness, they emerged. Dozens, no, hundreds of smaller vessels. Sleek black ships, the same design as the hulking alien behemoth, swarmed through the debris like a tide of locusts. They darted between wreckage with impossible precision, their movements perfectly synchronized. Cade's voice broke. They're everywhere. How did we not see them? Rhea's blood ran cold as the realization sank in. The battle they'd stumbled into wasn't a war between two factions, it was a slaughter. Whoever or whatever these aliens were, they had wiped out every other ship in this field. And now, the Icarus was next. Cade, prepare the ship's remaining drones. I want them armed and launched as a distraction. Cade blinked. The drones won't even scratch their paint, Commander. I know, Rhea said. But they might buy us time. Do it. As Cade scrambled to comply, Rhea turned her gaze back to the main screen. She locked eyes with the alien behemoth, or rather, the emptiness that stared back. Its sleek, inscrutable design seemed almost mocking now. They weren't just fighting ships or technology. This was something beyond them. A low hum vibrated through the ship, growing louder. Lara glanced up from her station, her face pale. They're charging weapons again, all of them. Rhea exhaled slowly, willing her mind to stay clear. For all their technology and strength, humanity had always been underestimated. She'd made her career on being the wild card. And if there was one thing humanity had proven time and again, it was that they didn't go down without a fight. You wanna play? She muttered at the screen, a grim smile tugging at her lips. Fine. Let's play. The hum crescendoed, an unholy symphony of energy gathering to obliterate them. Rhea gripped the rail, fire blazing behind her eyes. All hands, brace for impact.